They called it the blue and white propeller, an illusion born of wartime necessity and artistic license, a corporate myth that took an almost mystical hold of the global imagination. But for decades, the name BMW has been a seismic force, shaking the very foundations of global industry. A story not just of engineering triumph, but of profound moral compromise and repeated, terrifying near-death financial experience. A narrative so massive it threatens to overshadow the quiet, equally remarkable genesis of another entity sharing those very same initials, MBW Vertriebsges. GmbH, a company whose destiny was sealed not by the deafening, high-revving roar of a V12 engine or the blinding flash of a Formula One pit stop, but by the gentle glow of a piece of safety plastic and the comforting squeeze of foam rubber. A world where the biggest crisis is a delay in a shipment of highly customizable, ethically sourced anti-stress toys, yet one whose success story is every bit as compelling in its own domain. This is a tale of two German icons, the one that flew into a world war, engineered a 1,400 horsepower monster from a humble four-cylinder block, survived a devastating near sale to its greatest rival, repeatedly courted controversy with its dramatic aesthetics, and secured its future with the Quandt family's crucial ownership, rising from the ashes of war to become a global leader in premium mobility and a master of the performance sedan, and the one that simply wanted you to be seen crossing the street, finding its colossal, steady success in the meticulous art of mass-market cheer and transparent, accountable sourcing, growing from a small, family-owned import business into a dominant European player in promotional products. Listen closely, because the historical echo between these two is deafening. A dramatic dialogue between the dangerous pursuit of luxury performance and the steady, sustainable growth of ethical, small to medium enterprise, spanning from the desperate industrial scramble of the First World War to the complex, consumer-driven global market of today, where even sustainability becomes a critical battleground for future dominance. The true origin story of Bayerische Motorenwerke is a complex, high-stakes drama played out in the dark, frantic days of World War I, a chaotic symphony of merging and renaming companies that ultimately led to the formation of the brand. This alliance, consolidated by the sheer necessity of war, led to the immediate birth of the BMW 3IA straight-six aircraft engine, a technological marvel that utilized an altitude-compensating carburetor to achieve superior performance at high altitudes, giving a crucial operational advantage that fueled an explosive, government-bankrolled expansion. This pivotal moment cemented the BMW name in 1917, but its corporate identity was soon thrown into a financial meat grinder, orchestrated by the notorious Viennese speculator Camillo Castiglione, who, in a stunning and audacious display of corporate maneuvering in 1922, repurchased the rights to the BMW name and logo and legally transferred them to his other holding, Bayerische Flugzeugwerke, ensuring the brand's continued legal existence in Munich. This crucial maneuver led to the release of the legendary BMW R32 motorcycle in 1923, an act of pure, distilled engineering genius by Max Fritz that set the course for BMW Motorrad's global success, a division that today remains a titan in the adventure and touring motorcycle markets. The brand's expansion into four wheels was equally dramatic, culminating in the pre-war climax of the BMW 328 sports car, a machine whose innovative engineering led to a stunning overall victory in the 1940 Mille, establishing a reputation for competitive excellence that would later be immortalized by models like the M3, a car that holds more motorsport victories than any other model in history, solidifying BMW's reputation for engineering success. Yet, this success was soon followed by the morally indefensible participation in World War II, achieved through the horrific exploitation of forced labor at plants like Allach, marking an indelible and morally crippling stain on the company's legacy, a truth that casts a long shadow over its later triumphs. This dark period culminated in the catastrophic post-war collapse and the failure of the luxurious 501 Baroque Angel and the devastating loss of money on every single one of the 254 examples sold of the glamorous 507 Roadster. The ensuing financial hemorrhaging led to the absolute climax of the company's post-war drama, the December 1959 shareholders' meeting, where rival Daimler-Benz was poised to acquire BMW entirely. The survival hinged on the last-minute intervention fueled by the courage of small shareholders, powerful union opposition, and the strategic, high-stakes financial gamble of Herbert Quandt, whose investment in the successful BMW 700 and the revolutionary new class sedans in 1962 finally secured the company's future and cemented its long-term success as the global purveyor of the ultimate driving machine. This dramatic rescue set the stage for decades of sustained success built on the new class's platform that defined the modern sports sedan and provided the basis for the subsequent dominance of the 3 Series and 5 Series models in their respective segments. Now, shift the focus by 50 years and 1,000 kilometers north to the quiet landscape of Schleswig-Holstein, to the towns of Wanderup and Eggebek. The year is 1980. On 28 November, an owner-managed company, MBW Vertriebsges, GmbH, is born from the simple, yet profound, vision of Monica and Walter Both. Their great idea was not speed or luxury, but safety and visibility, sparked by the sight of functional pedestrian reflectors, the blinkers, found on a Scandinavian holiday. This humble piece of safety plastic was the original catalyst for their enterprise, which quickly found its true, commercially viable home in the dynamic, relationship-driven promotional products industry, a world far removed from the high-stakes, capital-intensive automotive game. The company thrived on creating happiness and utility, quickly expanding its offerings beyond safety items to include the colorful, wrapped Snakies t-shirts, and most significantly, leading to the creation of Squeezies, the ubiquitous anti-stress balls that became a runaway success, along with an entire menagerie of plush toys and squeaky ducks, establishing the dedicated sub-brands Minifeet and Schnables. The core of MBW's genius lies in its unwavering belief that effective advertising works directly from the heart to the head, a philosophy of emotional connection applied to mass-market goods, achieving a quiet but absolute mastery over its niche by consistently delivering quality and customization. Their success story is marked by strategic expansion, including the 2007 integration into JCK Holding, which was a strategic elevation, not a rescue, granting access to the immense infrastructure of a conglomerate whose subsidiaries, including promotional textile manufacturer Diber and bag specialist Halfar System GmbH, ensure a powerful internal network that facilitates immense purchasing power and logistical efficiency. The key is JCK's insistence on maintaining the owner-managed independence of its subsidiaries, guaranteeing that the local managing director, Jan Breuer, always retains the book of action to preserve agility and culture. This decentralized structure allows MBW to focus its investment on its ethical commitments, notably its full membership in the BSCI, Business Social Compliance Initiative, and the deployment of its own social compliance team in Shanghai, which actively ensures the production of its products adheres to stringent international labor and environmental standards, a key competitive advantage in a segment often plagued by ethical shortcuts. The company's innovative use of sustainable materials, with their Schnabels rubber ducks now being made from natural, sustainable, and biodegradable rubber, and its plush toys, featuring shirts made from upcycled marine plastic sourced via the Sequel Initiative, directly addresses the problem of ocean pollution while providing verifiable sustainability credentials for its corporate clients, a level of detail and transparency that sets it apart and is central to its enduring success story in the mass-market promotional world. The drama then erupted in the world of motorsport, where, in the 1,980 seconds, Under the genius of engine designer Paul Roche, BMW performed a mechanical miracle by taking the humble, decades-old M10 four-cylinder block and transforming it, via massive turbocharging, into the BMW Mount 12 over 13 Formula One engine. This engine, at its most extreme in qualifying trim, ran a crushing 5.5 bars, 80 pounds per square inches of boost, and was rumored to produce an astounding 1,400 horsepower, a figure that had to be estimated by Roche himself because the dynamometer could not measure higher than 1,280 horsepower. This colossal, short-lived power, achieved at the expense of engine longevity, was so dominant that it powered Nelson Piquet to the 1,983 World Drivers' Championship, a stunning technical triumph achieved by using an engine block that was literally sourced from a mass-production road car, a testament to the ultimate audacity of its engineers. This incredible engineering success was followed by the catastrophic corporate adventure of purchasing the Rover Group in 1994, a disastrous £3 billion financial black hole that necessitated a humiliating retreat in 2000, with only the successful Mini brand salvaged, a costly lesson in industrial mergers that scarred the company's reputation, but ironically led to the formation of the highly profitable Rolls-Royce Motor Cars division, another jewel in the BMW crown. The current drama for the auto giant is now the multi-billion euro transition to the Neue Klasse electric platform, beginning with the BMW iX3 in 2025. This platform is defined not just by its 800 volts charging architecture and 6th-generation cylindrical battery cells, which offer a 20% increase in energy density and a maximum range of 805 kilometers, 500 miles, but by a radical new digital interface called Panoramic iDrive, a revolutionary head-up display spanning the entire width of the windscreen, merging the digital and physical driving experience in a way that aims for clarity over complexity, a necessary and colossal gamble to define the future of premium mobility and achieve a 90% reduction in CO2e emissions by 2050 compared to 2019 through a holistic approach of secondary first materials, using 800 volts charging technology and building vehicles that are designed for easy dismantling and recycling. This is an existential re-engineering of the entire company, a high-stakes bet on circular economy principles and digital integration, representing the latest chapter in a century-long saga of engineering success and financial risk. The two BMWs, one a legend of mettle and speed, forever marked by its history of near-death experiences and technological leaps, now locked in a multi-billion euro race to define the future of electric mobility. The other, a master of foam and plush, guided by a steady, ethical commitment to quality and a strong emotional connection. Both stand as colossal, yet fundamentally different examples of German industrial power, forever linked by the coincidence of their shared initials and the singular, relentless tenacity required for survival and success in the brutal, yet rewarding, landscape of global enterprise, where history serves as both a warning and a source of perpetual inspiration for future triumph.